Okay, welcome back to my opinion. This video is going to be about the murder of Charlie Kirk. Uh, it's disgusting. The people who preach and scream equality and free speech and racism and blah, 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 always blaming everybody else. Turns out they're actually the ones that do these things, uh, for the most part. The liberals. Uh, you know, it goes back in history all the way. The creation of the Democrat Party. Uh, the first Democrat was Andrew Jackson. I mean, I'm a big fan of Andrew Jackson, but he did have his flaws, as we all know. If you don't know any of his flaws, you just don't know history. He was a racist, but and in slavery, and even the nowadays they want indentured servitude. That's the purpose for all this cheap labor they're wanting from these illegal aliens and possible votes one day. They're scumbags, just terrible people generally. The average liberal person is not. They're just unaware. They probably don't even know the history of the Democrat Party. They probably don't even realize that Lincoln was a Republican, and that the Democrats were by and large the Confederacy and the Ku Klux Klan, etc., so on and so forth. They probably don't even realize that. They're unaware. Someone probably pays them to protest, professional protesters. But anyway, with Charlie Kirk, it's such a shame. This guy was 31 years old, had 2 babies, a beautiful young wife. He was just getting started in life. Things were going good. He was doing well. I mean, some idiot, some nut job idiot, probably turned out to be some college professor or something, killed this young man because of his opinion. Now, this isn't Hitler. This is some guy with a conservative opinion. I mean, what is he possibly going to do? Sway more conservatives to be more conservative? It's not like he's going to go to these colleges and universities and suddenly wake up all these libtards. It's like crack. It's hard to get off of, being a liberal. All he's doing is he's going there and he's challenging people's thoughts and ideas. I've watched a lot of his videos and stuff on YouTube. I mean, some of these idiots, these college kids today are fucking just have been brainwashed by these liberal, leftist, communist colleges. And they don't really have the ability to even think about what they're saying. And Charlie Kirk was able to debate with these people in a friendly, nice manner and try to get them to open their mind and look at things from a different perspective. That's all he was doing. So this scumbag that murdered him, I hope he rots in jail or gets the death penalty. And it's so ironic that it's the anti-gun people that use guns in these, like that idiot that tried to kill Trump. And both of them, actually, both the idiots, and then this idiot here. I'm sure it's some libtard professor or some shit like that. But yeah, these colleges are breeding grounds for ignorance and basically fascism. When you will not accept anyone else's point of view and you go to the extreme of violence to keep them from speaking, that is fascism. Listen up, liberals. That is fascism. We don't do that. Conservative people don't do that. I can go to a conservative function, rally, whatever, and admit I'm an atheist. And they're going to be like, really? Well, have you, blah, 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 blah. I'm probably not going to be shot in the throat. I just don't understand, liberals. And just like with that poor little Ukrainian girl, the guy who killed her was released by a liberal, probably DEI, judging by her picture. From what I understand, she didn't even pass the bar or take the bar. She wasn't even really a judge. Just, what are you all doing? And all you've done with Charlie Kirk is make him a martyr. He's way more stronger, powerful than he would have ever been. Because all he would have ever done was talk to other conservatives who agree and the occasional liberal that thinks they can prove him wrong. And they get up there and make a fool out of themselves because they don't know anything about what they're talking about because they're liberals. But anyway, that's my condolences to his family. It's a shame. It's a great loss of a good person too. He wasn't one of these screaming, radical talking conservatives. He was a nice young man who was a conservative. It's a shame. Like, share, and subscribe. Tell me what you think.